Meantime, in D.C., a couple violently attacked. They say it happened only because they are gay. The pair says they are now bruised and blamed for an outbreak they did not create.
They said a monkeypox F word to us, and at this point, we turned to them. It's like, what did you just say to us?
A gay couple describes a violent attack in the nation's capital.
Emotionally, I'd say we're both pretty
shaken up?
Yeah, shaken up.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a while to process and kind of know how to feel about stuff and where we're going to feel safe walking down the street again.
Robert and Antonio say they were walking past a group of teens over the weekend. They say the group began shouting slurs at them. They tried ignoring it, but things turned violent. One of the teens followed them, physically assaulting the couple, the injuries needing medical attention. One of the men needed stitches. Police are currently investigating the attack as a possible bias or hate crime. The encounter allegedly began with the accusation the pair could have monkeypox, echoing what some say is similar hate against the Asian community fueled by the COVID-19 pandemic.
It seems like they have some issues with their own self, and I hope that they, get the help they need. If they're attacking random people on the street, I don't think they're in the best spot mentally.
Since 2020, thousands of Asian Americans have reported anti-Asian violence. Data suggests nearly half of the reported incidents were motivated by anger and animosity related to the virus's origin, which was first identified in Asia. And now, 2 years later, the gay community may face a similar backlash, as the CDC identifies gay and bisexual men as the current most vulnerable group to potentially contract monkeypox.
Words matter, obviously. Like this all started just from words.
All right, so here to discuss the possible link between healthcare and hate crimes is the director of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism, Brian Levin. Brian, we appreciate you being here. Seeing this, it's so disturbing to hear this. Should the Biden administration or law enforcement agencies be doing more to destigmatize monkeypox to try and prevent these kind of attacks? And if the answer is yes, what should be done?
Yes, of course, specifically people who have medical conditions, we should not discriminate against or attack. And we have some interesting data just out, and I'm happy to give it to you nationally. In 2021, anti-gay hate crimes in major U.S. cities that we looked at were up over 50%. And in Washington, D.C., by the way, where this attack took place, anti-gay hate crimes are up a third over last year in D.C. To this time. So we have seen an increase overall in hate crimes. In 2021, we have two different data sets. For 18 states in D.C., we saw 9 state records for overall hate crime: Texas, New Jersey, Indiana, Missouri, and a bunch of others.
So seeing that these numbers are going up, Brian, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but limited time, seeing that these numbers are going up, do you think that this could devolve into what we saw when it was related to Asian American communities and COVID? Is that the same thing that could potentially be happening here?
It could devolve, except monkeypox is not out there as broadly as COVID was, affecting a wider swath of the population. But great question. Listen to this. COVID hospitalizations in March and April of 2020 correlated, along with hateful invective online, to increases in anti-Asian. And indeed, March 2020, when that first surge took place, was the worst month for FBI anti-Asian hate crime. And what did we see when we saw another surge of COVID in the beginning of 2021? First quarter, we saw a big increase in anti-Asian hate crimes. And indeed, 2021 anti-Asian hate crimes were up 224% in major cities, and it appears to be a record. So we have to pay attention to this.
Brian, I'm so sorry to interrupt you here. Yeah, we have to move on. Certainly a link here. But we thank you so much for your time. Brian Levin, director of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.